Right. Yeah. So, yeah, coming to me, my name is Dashrath, and I have total around 15 plus years experience into Microsoft.NET. And currently, also, I was working for an MNC company as a technical architect, and that's my day-to-day job. Apart from that, like I was passionate in trainings and research work and all. So that's the reason from the last almost 12 years, I was also into the trainings, like online trainings, corporate trainings, and all. So, yeah, so in the early mornings and in the late evenings, I used to do these kind of training activities and the project supports for the people who are struggling in the delivery. So, that kind of things that I used to take care. Right. So, that's the main thing from my side. So, let's get into the session weekly. So, right. So, you want to join .NET, right? So whenever you want to join the sessions or whenever you want to join in any technology, not only the .NET, because in future, as you are in IT, you might need to join or you might need to learn so many technologies because IT means every day you have to upskill. So there are 5 steps that I recommend. If and only if you have a clarity, then only better to join. Otherwise, first get a clarity that what you're doing, then join. Not only .NET, any technology. So now you are learning .NET. In future, your company might ask you to learn, like let's say React.js, Node.js, whatever it is, based on the project requirement, right? So these are the 5 points that you need to get a clarity. So now, first question, what you should ask yourself is, okay, I'm joining in .NET first, but what is this .NET? Who is the owner? When it was released into the market? What is this .NET? Who is the owner? And when it was released into the market? Yeah, this should be the first question you should ask yourself. Yes, everybody knows that it is a Microsoft product. The owner is a Microsoft. And it was released in the year early 2000. That means almost 25 years now, right? But the question is why Microsoft developed a new technology called .NET. Why it developed? Because Microsoft was popular before 2000. Also, Microsoft was popular in developing the computer manufacturing, operating systems, MS Office. There are so many businesses to the Microsoft, right? Why Microsoft developed a new technology called network enable technology? Why they named this as .NET? Why not some other name? Why Microsoft developed and why Microsoft named it as network enabled technology? So before 2000, we have one programming language that is called Java. Before 2000, we have one programming language that is called Java. So Microsoft wants to give a competition to Java. Microsoft won't find them. Microsoft wants to give a competition to Java. In general, for any business, if you want to start any new business, first you should know who are your competitors in the market and what are their drawbacks. These are the 2 things that you need to observe to success in the business. First, who are your competitors in the market and what are their drawbacks? If you give better service than your competitor, obviously customers come to you. That's very simple business rule. So Microsoft also identified Java was the competitor. So then what is the problem with the Java? What are the problems with Java? Java is more programmatical. That means if and only if you have strong programming skills, then only you can understand Java. If and only if you have not from the computer's background, then only you can understand Java. Then Microsoft thought that no, it should not be like that. We will develop a new technology which is user friendly. So even from the non-IT background, they should be able to understand it. Even from the non-IT background, they should be able to understand. That's the first. Then what is the problem? Other problem with the Java? Network compatible. Network compatible issue. That means I'm talking about in the year 2000. There is a network compatibility issue. That means, so we have different networks. Like now you are in different location and I am in different location. So both of we are able to communicate because we connected to a network called internet. We are using a network called internet. That's why we are able to connect it. So we have different networks, local area network, internet, ethernet, intranet, different networks. So the applications that are developed using Java is not working in all the networks as expected. They have some compatibility issues between the networks. So then Microsoft thought that, yes, we need to develop a new technology and let's name it as a network enabled technology. Hence, the applications developed using this technology is network compatible. Applications used with this technology are network compatible. That is the reason why Microsoft named it as .NET. And this is how Microsoft started a new technology called network enable technology. Got it? Yeah. So I know what is .NET and who is the owner and when it was released into the market. That's the first thing. Okay, I will learn .NET very seriously. I will learn .NET. But if I get a job in .NET, what actually I have to do over there? What kind of applications I have to develop? So if you are the .NET developer, if you join in a company, they may ask you to work on a console-based applications. They may give you a Windows-based applications, or they may even ask you to work on a web-based applications. So if you are the .NET developer, you should be able to develop all these three types of applications. And yes, nowadays 90% you can expect, 80 to 90% you can expect web-based applications, right? So what is a console application? So any application, or like suppose let's say if I give an application to you, um, how can you say that whether it is a console application or a Windows application or a web application? How to identify the application? So any application which shows output in command prompt is called console application. So best example you see in your academics, C language. You see the C language, you see the output in a command prompt. So any application which shows the output in the command prompt is a console application, right? What is Windows application? Any application that is installed in your computer is called Windows application. Best example you see in my taskbar, you see Microsoft Edge is installed, Google Chrome is installed. Now you see this one is Ultra Viewer is installed. Then you see beside that, you see the Notepad plus plus, anything, Notepad plus plus. You see the MS Office, Word, Notepad. Like now you joined in the Zoom. Zoom is also installed in your computer. Yes, it needs an internet connectivity, but that doesn't matter whether it runs with internet or without internet, that doesn't matter. If it is installed in your machine, is called Windows application. Anything that is installed in your machine is called Windows application, whether it runs with internet or without internet. Any application that runs on browser is called web application. Best example, Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, all these are web-based applications because it doesn't need any installations. So if you are the .NET developer, you might need to work on a console-based application or a Windows-based application or a web-based applications. That means in our training also, we will be focusing on all three types of applications. So this is what you need to ask as a second question. What kind of applications I have to develop if I'm a .NET developer? Third question. Okay, I know that these are the applications that I have to develop, but what are the softwares that I need to install in order to develop? So if you want to work with .NET, so you should install two softwares. One is Visual Studio 2022. Second one is SQL Server. Any version 2019 and above version is fine. And we will also use VS Code. So these are the three softwares that needs to be installed in your machine to work with .NET. Yes, these are free for practice. These are open source. These are open source and platform independent. What does it mean? What is open source? Open source means, yes, these are free to download. You can log into the Microsoft official website and you can download them and then you can install it. Platform independent means it will run everywhere. That means you can use Windows operating system, you can use Mac, Linux, Ubuntu, any operating system. Independent, it will work independently. There is no dependency. So, but preferably, it's better to have a Windows operating system, any Windows operating system, 10, 11, anything. Because Windows is also from the Microsoft for the better compatibility. So these are the third question. This is the third question that you need to ask, like what are the softwares that I need to install to work with .NET? And fourth question, okay, I know what is a .NET. I know what kind of application that I need to develop. I know what are the softwares that I need to install. Fourth question, how much time does it takes to complete the .NET? And what are the topics that we are going to cover, right? So, yes, we will be covering C Sharp, Windows applications, SQL Server, ADO.NET, ASP.NET, Web Services, JavaScript. These are called full stack. That means both front end, back end, entity framework, everything we will be covering. MVC, Web API, microservices, Angular. Then we will be covering Azure deployments as well. And finally, the source controls. We'll be covering the source controls like Git, TFS. So I will be sharing a detailed course content again in the entity framework, what topics we will be discussing, in C Sharp, what topics we will be discussing, and then um, in link you what topics we are going to discuss. I will be sharing you a detailed course content. So in general, in order to complete, it will take 3 months. That is, say, Monday to Saturday, daily 1 hour, daily 1 hour. And I will be allocating 2 real-time projects, and I will be helping you in the resume preparation, right? So this is the fourth point that you need to think, like what are the topics that we are going to cover as part of this training, and how much time does it takes to complete understanding or to complete the training, right? 3 months. So you have to spend 3 months time. And the fifth very important question that you need to ask yourself is that, okay, I want to learn .NET. I know what are the things that I need to do, but do I need to have any prerequisites? నాకేమన్నా తెలిసి ఉండాలా ఇది నేర్చుకోవాలంటే? కెన్ ఐ లెర్న్ .NET? ఆర్ నేను నేర్చుకోవాలంటే ఏమేం చేయాలి? వాట్ షుడ్ ఐ డూ? ఎనీ prerequisites? So there is no prerequisites. Only thing is, whoever is attending my sessions, I would say, I would recommend you should have at least 3 to 4 hours per day time to work. So daily 1 hour will be the session. So you need to work 2 to 3 hours a day minimum. If and only if you have time, then only better to join. Otherwise, whenever you get some time, then only join. And each session will be recorded. So you will be getting the recorded sessions so that you can listen the session again. And in case any emergency, if you are unable to attend a session, so you will get the recorded session, and you can go through that, and immediately in the next session, if you have any questions, you can get it clarified. That is the second thing. Third thing, I want to put one exclusive notebook where I want you to make a note of syntaxes, definitions, shortcuts. Then we will be discussing, during the sessions, we will be discussing some interview questions. So these are the things that we will be discussing. So I want you to put one exclusive notebook from the day one where I want you to list out all of these things so that it could be helpful during your interview process, because you can just revise this notebook. But anyhow, I will be giving a detailed documentation for each topic. You don't need to worry. Documentation for each topics. And as I said, you need to spend, if you don't know the ABC of .NET, like if you are zero, or if you don't know the programming, like what is variable, what is class, also it's okay. I can make it because I am from a non-IT background. When I start .NET, I don't even know, or in fact, when I finish .NET also, I don't know anything. That's how I learned .NET. Later, I realized that where is the gap. Then I started learning .NET again second time because first time I didn't learn anything. I know where the people are getting suffered and how where they're getting issues because I've seen most of the people who are joining in the .NET. So I see that what are their problems. So that's the reason we will be discussing from the day one the real-time scenarios. As I said, if you just want to learn .NET, you can go to the YouTube. There are so many trainers who can explain better than me for free. But as you are coming here, you should see the order of the topics. You should see each topic, recorded session. You can stop me anywhere if you have any questions. You can ask me for the repetition. You can, what do you call, you can, you can, uh, I mean, sometimes like, what happens when you are working, you get so many errors. You are unable to resolve it. So you can ask me to wait a second and share your screen and you can show me what you're facing the issues. So that's the reason there is no prerequisites. Everything will be done or everything will be clear. Only thing is your support is very important or your efforts are very important, right? That's the only thing. Otherwise, .NET is user friendly. It is simple to learn and easy to understand, right? So I recommend these are the 5 important points that you need to get a clarity before you join any course. Any course you join, these are the 5 important points, right? Yeah. So, any questions here so far? Any questions? Even it is silly, simple, you can ask me. No problem. Thiru, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, all good. Okay, Swaroop, do you have any questions?
Oh, no, sir.
All good. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, the only thing is don't think that you are learning .NET. Think that you are working in .NET. So next 3 months, I want you to plan accordingly and I want you to push yourself. I know it is difficult to sit 5 hours, 6 hours a day, but imagine when you join a job, you have to sit for 10 to 12 hours. Believe me, from now you are habituated to sit for 6 to 7 hours, then only you can sit for 10 to 12 because once you join in the job, you will be assigned a task. Once you assigned a task, you will be given a deadline. Once you will be given a deadline, you have to complete your task on time. For that, you should work on burden. I mean, at least initial few years, like 1 year, 2 year, you have to struggle because you are new to the .NET. So once you get some experience in the .NET, definitely, yes, you get some confidence or some at least relaxation in the task. Otherwise, yes, first 2 years, everyone, including me, it will be a nightmare, right? Because you are in IT, everything will be on time basis, time to time. Nobody wants to share much with anyone because everyone wants to prove they are the top. So nobody will give you complete knowledge in the project. So you have to work hard and struggle to get into that. So that is a part of game. And yes, the interview. So nowadays, industry is expecting very good knowledge from the candidates. So I prefer or I recommend So if you want to be an experienced developer, or if you want to put some experience in your resume, freshers, yes, our training is 200% more than enough. But if you want to put some experience in the resume and if you want to give it a try, so definitely you should know some shortcuts, because the way you use your keyboard, the way you use your mouse shows your experience level. So you can easily identify how experienced you are once you are in the project. Okay. So don't worry. Everything, only thing is that 3 months time, daily 4 to 5 hours, put the target. And yes, I'm 100% sure it's not that complex. But yes, day by day, you will get the complex assignments. Yes. But nowadays, yes, you have, you know, AI tools. So because previously it was very difficult, nowadays software development became easy because 60 to 70% of your code is already available on the Google or ChatGPT. If you get any task, 60 to 70% of the code is already there in the Google and ChatGPT. All you need to do is you need to know how to search and get the code. That's it. The remaining 30% is your skill or a knowledge, which will how to fit that solution, like whatever you get in the Google or a ChatGPT, how do you fit that into your project? That's what you need to do um, in the next 30-40% of the code. So don't worry, be confident, and yes, right now the market is also good for .NET because Microsoft .NET is made it as open source. .NET Core is an open source. So all the small companies and mid-level companies now started working with .NET. So previously it was a licensed version, so small companies are unable to work. But now it's an open source. So that's the reason nowadays you see the good jobs in the market for .NET. Right? Yeah. So that's it from my side, guys. I will stop it here. So we'll be discussing in detail from the next session onwards. But yeah, that's it for today. So any questions? Okay. If not, I will stop it here for today. And thanks for joining. See you in the next session. Thanks for your time. Thanks.
Sir, can you share your session video link?
Yeah, I will do that. Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.